Hey everyone, this is the Lifestream crew. Welcome back to the news stream, where we catch you up on all the recent Square Enix news as well as fill you in on anything you might have missed in the gaming world. In case you haven't seen yet, Chapter 13 of Final Fantasy Lost Stranger dropped just the other week. Launched to celebrate Final Fantasy's 30th anniversary, the manga follows a Square Enix employee who dies, then reawakes in a Final Fantasy-esque world, and all of the shenanigans that then ensue. Which Final Fantasy world would you want to be reincarnated in? Comment below and let us...
Breaking news! This just in! There's been a leak of some seriously gorgeous concept images from the Final Fantasy VII Remake, finally! It's been so long since we've got any news on how the remake is shaping up, but look at how pretty these are! This is so exciting! Oh, and look at...
So sorry to break it to you, but this leak is fake! And the images being circulated by totally not suspect Twitter and Facebook pages are actually from a game called FFVII. The game has some similar aesthetics to Final Fantasy VII, except you play as a bunny with a big robot arms, so unless they've made some pretty drastic updates to Cloud's design, I think we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for any remake news. FFVII looks great though. And Final Fantasy XIV news this week. We saw Steam policies prompting a change to make logging into the game on PC stricter. So, if you are a PC player, from late March you'll have to launch the application through Steam itself. There was also a patch released on March 7th to fix a couple of bugs affecting the Eureka Hadedos fates and ensure ethereal nodes spawned correctly, as well as fixing a bug that was allowing players to discard the Aetheryte earring, which is one of the bonus items for pre-ordering the Shadowbringers expansion and is proving super useful for players. So make sure you allow for a little update time the next time you go to play. As we've said last week, Square Enix's Left Alive released in the West on March 5th, and we have indeed got to see just how bad it really is. And by bad we mean terrible, like awful. Reviewers have slated it as incomprehensible and plain old broken, with unresponsive controls and a heap of other problems that make you wonder why Square Enix bothered leaving it alive, when it probably should have just been left to die. Square Enix also announced that they're going to be releasing a prequel to the very popular Octopath Traveler, which came out last year on Switch, on iOS and Android later this year. It'll be free to play, with microtransactions of course, and you can pre-register for it now, although there is so far no news on any localizations or its availability outside Japan. Described as HD 2D, the game looks so beautiful, so here's hoping we all get a chance to play it when it comes out. In other news, Anthem is still broke. Nothing like this has ever happened. Are we back? Huh? Are we back? Are we back? Is this live? Can you hear me? Sorry about that, folks. Or was I? Oh yeah, Anthem. So Anthem has been crashing a lot on every console. We've also heard that the game is actually bricking PS4s, rendering them unable to power on anymore. So far, these reports and the scale of this particular issues are unclear, especially because posts about bricked consoles keep getting deleted, and BioWare's review found no evidence of this happening. And you know they're definitely keeping on top of this issue. You can tell by the cry for help EA put out to affected players. Desperate much, EA? The few people who could still get Anthem to run discovered a bug that makes the default level 1 gun do more damage than the best weapon in the game. Not really the best weapon then, is it? The massive differences in the amount of damage dealt is clear to see even though the high level gun shows very large damage numbers per hit, which potentially means these damage numbers are meaningless and makes you wonder just how the game was put together. Or wasn't. Amidst all this, EA announced that they won't be at E3 this year. Probably because they just want to avoid having to pull a Diablo. Do you guys, not have phones? Probably won't go down very well after they bricked everyone's console with their game. In more positive news, Devil May Cry 5 showed us how to do a special edition right with their trailer showing some of the spectacular live action footage they used to animate the cutscenes in the game, which comes as part of the game's deluxe edition. DMC 5 released on March 8th and has so far gained a pretty positive reception. And finally, the PlayStation Classic, which released back in December and was called a disappointment by fans, has dropped in price yet again and is now selling for only $40, which is a long way to fall from the original $100. At least you can play Final Fantasy VII on it though, if you can get it to run properly, right? Right, guys? Guys? Thanks for watching! We'll be back soon to catch you up again. But if you have a thirst in the meantime, you can always head over to our forums, link in the description, where we discuss everything as and when it happens. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below telling us your thoughts. Give us a like, unless you didn't of course. And hit that bell icon if you want to be notified next time we upload. See you around!